what would that do for you financially? If you were a powerful prospector in your mind, what would that do for you financially? I'm just curious. So far, we talked about mindset. We talked about how there's a difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. We also talked about some strategies to help you develop a growth mindset, right? Now, just to put it back into perspective, a fixed mindset is the belief that your talents are innate or your innate gifts, that they cannot be developed. It's either you have the talent or you don't. That is a fixed mindset. Now, a growth mindset, on the other hand, is talents can be developed through hard work, through good strategy, and through input from others. That is what we consider a growth mindset. Now, today I want to go over and get a little bit deep dive into our favorite activity, that task that we love so much, right? You guys know what it is. It's the hour of power. Hour of power, right? So and if you're wondering, what's an hour of power? Like, what's going on? What is the hour of power? And I would say hour of power is that time in the day that you spend generating new business, filling the pipeline. That's what that is. Now, I know you guys have a lot of great passive lead gen systems in place where leads come to you. But let's be honest, right? The lead that you generate through a conversation, through asking great questions and really getting deep with them in those conversations, are our best leads. Leads that come for you from social media or online or any sort of advertising in general is not going to be as powerful as a lead that you generate from yourself, like from prospecting, making the calls, having the conversations. So our hour of power is exactly that. It's getting on the phones and talking to people. That's the hour of power, right? So that being said, let me go down and share with you 3 steps to help you get more empowered with the hour of power. You guys interested in that?
Yeah.
More empowered? All right. So write down step number 1. I'm going to have you write down the steps first, and then I'm going to share some questions that you should be asking yourself at each stage. So it's 3 steps to empower yourself or to inspire yourself to do the hours of power. Step number 1 is you need to develop the mindset of a powerful prospector. That's step number 1. Develop the mindset of a powerful prospector. Now, some questions, I'm going to throw some questions at you to help you kind of engage, help you think about it. So the first question I wrote down underneath step 1 is, what does it mean to be a powerful prospector? What does that mean for you? Like, when I say the word powerful prospector, what does that mean to you? What does powerful mean and what does prospecting mean? Split that up, right? What does powerful mean? Like, in your gauge, when you're gauging yourself, what would be considered powerful? And then what is power of prospecting in general? What does that mean? If you were, here's the next question. If you were a powerful prospector, how would that impact your business? If you were a powerful prospector, how would that impact your business? Now, the next question I wrote down under developing the mindset of power prospecting is, what would that do for you financially? If you were a powerful prospector in your mind, what would that do for you financially? I'm just curious. So then what you want to do is look at the steps, right? So the first step we underneath this powerful prospecting is all about perspective. Understand the perspective, right? Then I would go into the gratitude of being a powerful prospector. So what's your perspective of being a powerful prospector? What's the gratitude that you would have? And remember this is the foundational step, is serve first, sell second. I love that. Serve first, sell second. Okay. So it's not self-serving. You're serving others, right? And you sell second. That's the reward, right? All right. I love that. So that's all under developing the mindset of a powerful prospecting. Ask yourself those questions, have it in your head. Hey, listen, it's all about perspective. It's all about being grateful for what you're doing. And number one, serve first and sell second. All right. Next, I wrote down step number 2 in empowering your hours of power is become aware of your mindset about the lead source. Real key here. Become aware of your mindset about the lead source that you're going after. Right? See, it's all about perspective here. So when we talk about working for sale by owners, I love using this example because in the last couple of days, when I've asked anyone who've worked it, very few of you have worked for sale by owners. So I'm going to use for sale by owners. It's like, what is your mindset about that lead source? What is the mindset that you have towards that lead source? Now, I could tell you right now, many of you, when I say the word for sale by owner, I'm just curious. Whoever wants to answer. What is the first thought that comes to your head when we talk about for sale by owners?
They want to sell.
Okay, so that's a great mindset. That's a growth mindset. But I'm thinking some of the fixed stuff. Give me something negative about a for sale by owner.
They don't want to talk to us.
They don't want to talk to us. See, that's a good one, right?
They do not want to pay commission.
They don't pay the commission. They want to save the commission. I love that one, right? What else do you guys get with for sale by owners?
It's a powerful seller's market, and they don't need us to sell for them.
There you go. That's another. See, that's 3 great ones. So powerful selling market. They don't need us. They want to save the commission, and they don't want to talk to realtors. That's what we're saying, right? Okay. So can I share with you 3 different scenarios that actually happen for sale by owners to hopefully change your mind on this? I know I'm kind of going off topic, but I got to share these 3. So scenario number 1, I'm selling my home privately with my wife, and what we did was we bought a brand new home, but we don't close that transaction until next March. So I figure I got 6-7 months to sell my home, right? I'm going to test out the market, and then eventually I'll list with an agent. Is there anything wrong with what I'm doing?
No.
There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. I sell widgets for a living. I'm really good at selling widgets. I have a long closing date. I have every intention next spring to hire an agent, right? That person, that situation is happening in your marketplace right now. What about this one? I hire an agent, call them over. They give me a price in the house. They say it's $100,000 more than what the wife and I thought it was worth. We're all happy. Let's do it. They put the sign on the lawn. I hear nothing, crickets. 3 months later, the sign is gone. And then I get a whole bunch of phone calls that the listing expired. Now, I go, if that's all I have to do is just put a sign on the lawn, and I reduce the price by 50 grand, I put a sign on the lawn, I put my house for sale. See, have you ever worked with a bad agent? Yeah, say yes. Everyone has. Everyone's worked with a bad agent. So they get a bad taste in their mouth, and that's what happens. Was there anything wrong with what they did? No.
Nope.
Their experience with the realtor was, I just need to put a sign on the lawn. Hence, they do that. That situation exists. That scenario exists in your marketplace. Scenario number 3, just so you guys have an understanding of this. My mom's best friend is a realtor. My wife's second cousin is a realtor. My best friend's brother is a realtor. It's like, I got realtors everywhere, right? So don't tell anybody. I don't even put a sign on the lawn. Put a little ad in Kijiji to try and sell my house because I don't want anyone knowing it's for sale. Because if I give it to her, then he's going to be pissed off at me. Right? Now, is there anything wrong with what I'm doing as a for sale by owner? Say no.
No.
Because I have too much choice. Now, does that scenario exist in your marketplace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So in all 3 of those situations exist in your marketplace. Your job is to find out what's their scenario. because it's not always, I want to save the commission. So in scenario number one, where they have a long closing date, all you have to do as a realtor is share with them, hey, we can sell your home right now and get you the closing date you need. Has anyone ever had a long closing date? Yeah, they just need to be educated on that. Okay, now scenario number two, bad agent. Hey, listen, are you guys a bad agent? Are you a bad agent?
No.
They know, of course not. So you just have to show your value to the consumer. Let them know that there's a difference in the person you hire. That's all you have to do there. And in scenario number three, I love this was my favorite one. I love it when they have a friend in the business. You just look at them straight in the eye and say, you can sue me. You can absolutely sue me. If I mess up in the transaction, you can sue me because I have errors and omissions insurance, and that would cover me. But let me ask you this. Are you going to sue your mom's best friend? Are you going to sue your wife's cousin? Right? See, what we're establishing here is a business relationship. And to start off our relationship in the right way, I'm actually going to call everyone you know who's a realtor and give them first dibs to bring in their buyers. See, the agent that shows value first will get that listing. Okay, are we excited about for sale by owners or what? Come on.
Yeah.
I get excited about for sale by owners, man. They put up their hands, say they want to sell. Come on, it's a seller's market. All right, so become aware of your mindset about a lead source, right? It's disempowerment versus empowerment. Which one do you want to give it? Am I going to be no, for sale owners don't want to talk to me, or like, what's their scenario? How do I fix it? Right? Really think about that. What are the negative thoughts? Write this question down. What are the negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that arise about a particular lead source? What are the negative thoughts that come through your head or that limiting belief that you may have that arise about a specific lead source? See, what I want you guys to start doing is writing this stuff down. When I tell you, when I ask you about for sale winners, you're like, Danny, no, I got this, and that. Bring that up in our coaching call and I'll help you walk you through it. Okay. Is there a common belief that you inherited, from a lead source? For example, someone in the office says for sale winners are no good. Or someone tells you that working expired, you can't do it. Right? Is this like inherited or is this true? Here's the next question. What are the positive thoughts or affirmations or quotes that you can use to empower you? For example, for sale owners, first agent that shows value gets the listing. I want you to really think about the first agent that shows value to that consumer gets the listing. Right? That is a positive affirmation. That is a positive quote that you can use. Right? What else I write there? Okay, so how well do you understand the problems that you're going through in your mind regarding that lead source? I would write that down. Can you be the solution to that problem? And what we're talking about here is how strong is the value of the service you offer, right? Again, going back to showing value to the consumer. And can you enhance the perceived value of your service? Like really, if you're talking to a for sale owner, what are the things that you do naturally, normally in your marketing plan that you can, hey, bring it to light and really enhance yourself as the agent of service? Does this all make sense? Right. That's all under step 2, baby. All under step 2. Be aware of your mindset about a lead source. All right. Step number 3. This is all about step number 3 for how to empower your hours of power. And step 3 is learn the psychology of the prospect. Learn the psychology of the prospect. So question I would be asking myself is what's going on in their mind of the prospect, right? Again, like talking about the scenario for sale, but I know I'm harping on this, but what's their scenario you're looking for, right? What's their here's a good question to ask yourself. What is their understanding of your service? Do they actually know what you do? How are they experiencing you in that situation? Are you going to come at them like hard? Hey, you can't sell privately because you're not going to maximize the sale of your home. No, you're not. No, you're not. I know you save 5% or 6% commission, but I could sell for 10% more. Is that the right approach? Right? Understanding that. What do you know about them and their behavior will allow you to communicate with them more effectively. Okay. So I love that question, or that thought is what that is. What you know about them and their behavior would allow you to communicate with them more effectively. Okay. What else do I have here? What's the conversation that they're having in their head or with their friends about your service? Right? Are they perceiving your service as lackluster, or are they perceiving your service as over the top? Okay. Now, this is, again, FSBOs. This is perfect for FSBOs or expireds or your database, right? Past clients, influence database. That they're right there. Psychology. What are they thinking about you? Like, think of your past client. Think of the last person you sold a house to, and you haven't spoken to them in 3 months. What are they thinking about you? Okay, that transaction you did back in March or in April or in February. Have you connected with that client? Right? Okay, what else do I got here? What are the most valuable assets, knowledge, or skills that you can share with them? What's the customer's journey like when they're with you? Customer experience. Customer experience. What are some triggers along the journey that you can effectively use for future business? All right, I love this one. This is a really important question. Like, what can you use? What can you do in your experience with the consumer that will get you future business? Right? I'm going to give you one thought on this one. I know I'm a little bit over today. Sorry, guys, but it's okay. When you make a transaction and you're in that period where the deal is firm and you're waiting for the closing date, you know, that period, right? During that time, that is the best time to be asking for business, because they're so happy that their home's sold or they just bought a property. And let's be honest, during the closing period, like that day of closing and after, it is hell. Like, moving is not fun. So connecting with them before that period and asking for business. Those are triggers you can use. Okay. Now, 2 more questions here. What are the qualities and conditions and characteristics that let you know that this will be the perfect consumer for you? So learning the psychology of a prospect. What are the qualities? What are the conditions? What are the characteristic traits you're looking for in that perfect consumer? I've talked to many people about this. It's having standards for yourself or who you work with. Those standards, right? The last one I wrote down, what is the difference between being a real estate salesperson versus a real estate advisor? What's the difference between you being a salesperson or an advisor? There's a difference there, right? Like, that, I want to be an advisor, right? That title just sounds good, right? Or am I just a salesman, like a car salesman, just gonna make that one sale and move you on? All right, love it. All right, guys. So that was our conversation regarding mindset. So please, please, please unmute yourself, baby. Unmute yourself. All right. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Everybody unmute themselves. Real important question. What day is today?
Money-making day.
Day.
It's a money-making day. If you're on this call, it's a money-making day for you. So who do you have to go after today to make it a money-making day? You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Danny.
Thanks, Danny. Have a good day.
Thanks, Danny.